we obviously haven't spoken to Ellie since the game against Italy. So that is what we're going to start with this week. Talk all things Italy. How was York? Yorkshire, you are a Yorkshire born and bred.
Yeah, it was good. I on the way up, I text mum and say I'm on my way, and she was like, welcome back to homeland. But no, it was really nice. I actually haven't spent that much time in York before, but it's a really beautiful city, and I think there's something on the Red Roses socials about Maud doing her facts of the city. So I learned a lot of things. I actually did text my mum saying, "Do you have any quick facts for the girls that I could put in?" But it was really nice. It was nice to hear a lot of northern accents about. Funny story. We were looking for coffee because in rugby, obviously, we all become a bit of a coffy snob.
Addicted as well.
Yeah, addicted. Like any moment you've got off, you think, yeah, we'll go for coffee. So
have just spilt mine. So,
so me, Mo and Maud were like, right, we've got 15 minutes. We'll go grab a coffee. We'll try find some. Went to the doorman who's on just outside the hotel, obviously.
Very posh.
Yeah, it was a spa hotel. It was lovely. It was really nice. And we said, oh, excuse me, we're trying to find a nice coffee somewhere. Do you have any recommendations? And he said, yeah, so if you go up there, turn to the left, there'll be a Starbucks. But if you keep on going a little bit further, there's a Costa. There you go, girls. We were obviously there. Obviously, at home, people were like, yeah, what's wrong with that? But you don't want to go to a Starbucks and Costa.
You want a nice little independent with some nice bakeries, pastries.
I am drinking a Starbucks right now, but it was funny. But it was really nice to be up there, with the Yorkshire fans who probably haven't been able to go to all the games before. So people came in the numbers, and it was really nice to be able to be in a different part of the country playing.
Do you feel like it felt like home away from home? Obviously not playing at the Allianz Stadium, playing up in Yorkshire. I think there's World Cup games there. I think that's what it was to obviously push that for the summer. So do you feel like it was nice that it was home away from home kind of?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, the stadium itself was quite small. I think
8,500.
Yeah, something like that. But it felt really full. And when we got off the bus, there was so many people already there, which is always really, really special. But yeah, definitely felt nice that I knew mum and dad were only about an hour away. Mum came to see me on the off day of the game before. Brought Otis, had a big cuddle from him. Just went for some coffee, and yeah, it was nice to feel home from home really, and just be in a different part of the country. So it was nice.
And I guess you were on the bench. Not that you haven't experienced that before.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
What and I think shout out to Emma Singh. I think she had a fantastic game. Really good under the high ball. I think it's credit to her because she showed what she's been doing in the PWR week in, week out on the international stage. And I think, she got recognition from the squad on Tuesday. We have some awards that we give out, and she won the main award, which I think it was really sweet, and I think she was really happy. And
I'm happy for her as well, because like I said, she's had a really, really good past couple of seasons in the PWR. She's been on the fringes with the Red Roses, and she played really well. She's just so solid. And like I said, under the high ball, she's really, really safe as well. So I was really happy that she was able to do that. But also, it was good for me to be in a different role as well, and I came on the wing, and to understand that position a little bit more it's good for my game to be able to do that, definitely.
Yeah. And did you have any emotion, feeling? Did you feel more nervous? Because obviously, when you're on the bench, for people that are listening, it's definitely a different part of the game. I think there's some outstanding bench players, and this isn't me saying that you're not good at rugby or you can't play 80 minutes, but some people can really get that job really, really well and really right, and they come on, they make an impact for that 20, 15, 10 minutes, however long they get, and they can change the game.
Well, I think we used it a lot in sevens, the mindset that it's not a starting squad and a bench squad, it's the starters and the finishers. And we talk a lot about the tempo that the bench needs to bring, that you are there to either see a game out or win the game, or inject energy onto the pitch that the girls are probably running out of, having played the rest of the game. And it is a completely different role, and it's also a role that you've got to, in training, you've got to understand what the opposition do probably a little bit more, because you've got to run some of their moves, but also, you know, be just a giver to the team, but also focus on your own game, because you know you're going to probably get on at some point as well. But I wouldn't have said I was nervous. It was more like eagerness.
Yeah,
I was like, I want to get on now. I want to get on.
You like warm up like 4 gazillion times.
Yeah.
And like, so you do the main warm up obviously before the game, and then I think it's like you warm up every 20 minutes or something like that. But honestly, it feels like forever.
And so many.
So many.
Oh, we're gonna go again. I'm like, again,
yeah. I remember when I was on the bench, and to be fair, the S&Cs, I think they understand everyone very well as individuals. So when I was on the bench, he came over and he said, you just do whatever you need to do, because some people are really good at warming up themselves, which I would like to take credit for. I think I know how to and what to do, where others need a lot of guidance, which is like fair enough. Like, you know, we are rugby players at the end of the day. People might not know how to warm up their hamstrings, whatever.
Or they might just need someone, because your head's in the game, you're kind of watching the game, you need someone to give you that routine of, right, snap back into it now. Because when you are warming up, you're warming up either under one of the posts, so you kind of watching the game going, the crowd's going behind.
Well, the S&C gets so like, come on girls, you need to continue warming up, because everyone's so distracted by like watching the game. But it's good. I think like the warm-ups I think get me, because I'm like, oh, another one. But and then you have running after. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, we had 60 meter tempos, 6 times 2. So there was 12. So it was on like a 30-second rolling clock.
Quite hefty.
Yeah, quite hefty. But the crowd all stayed out, and they were all like cheering every single time we went one side or the other. Oh. And I kept saying, there's 11 more. Like, don't wear yourself out, because I don't really need it now, but I'm going to need it in 8 reps time. But they stuck at it the whole time. They were like cheering every time we came in, like we were doing a 100-meter race. We were coming into the finish line. It was it was very cute, but it was it was, I was blowing quite a bit after. And Mids was doing the comms, and I didn't realise that he was doing. So Mids is our old head coach, or our previous head coach rather, and one rep in, I kind of looked at him and I was like, oh, Mids is there. When I say, I so wanted to go over with like a water bottle and just squirt it, just because, just a bit of tongue in cheek, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. I don't know if it'd go down. Oh, well.
I think that was probably the best choice there.
So obviously we're talking about like role changes and going from being a starting player and the differences being a finisher. For you, obviously, there was a bit of rotation in the squad this week. You weren't involved in the Italy game. How was that for you, being on the other side of it?
Yeah, I think it's something that I have done before.
Yeah.
You know, World Cup was definitely in that role a lot. And I think as attributes of my character, I think I sit that role quite well. Not that I want to be in that role. Yeah. Not that I want to be in that role.
Really, really good at not playing.
But I think I have a lot of like caring attributes, and I really always want to put the team first, probably before myself. Sometimes that's probably not the best thing, but so I think I relish in that role. Like, I want to help others. You know, Mia Venner had a fantastic game, and she got her first cap when she was like 17 or something crazy back in like 2019 or 2020. So it's been a long time since she was on the international stage. So I just wanted to help her, fill her with loads of confidence. And, she obviously shined in the game, which is amazing. Same as Claude, like come back from 2 neck injuries to play back international. So I just wanted to put them in the best place forward, and hopefully, they would say that I did. If they're not, then maybe I'm not doing my job right. But
it's definitely worked for them, because they played a good game. True. So whatever you did worked.
True. But it is definitely a different role. But I think Mitch has very open communication, which I think is really crucial and really important, that has come into this campaign, that what kind of role you are very early on in the week, and you can nail it. And I think he also applauds people who aren't in the squad. So we're called pillars, and he applauds them, and there is an award that you can win again at the end of the week or start of the next week. But I think just for people to for him to show to people that just because you're not in the 23 doesn't mean that you're not a crucial role. And I think that's really important, because we have something massive coming up. There's still the Six Nations. It's a squad effort. It's not the 23 that roll out every weekend. It's the 30, the 35 that are in every camp that help the team to get into the right position to hopefully lift another Grand Slam, to potentially lift a World Cup in the summer. So I think, I was alright. I had a lovely weekend. Just went on loads of dog walks, which was nice, and watched loads of rugby. And it was my brother's 30th birthday on Monday, so shout out to Ryan, being 30. So I get to see him, saw my nephew. So I actually had a really nice, chilled weekend, ready to go for this week, really.
Yeah, and touching on, the open communication that Mitch has got, I think it's a definite shift that, obviously, whether you're selected as the starting 15 or if you're in the 23, but also if you're a pillar and you're just outside of that and you part of the training squad, previous to when Mitch was in, we used to get like a text the night before the team came out, and it used to be really, really awkward because
you would leave the dinner, like you would leave dinner, or you'd go back to your room
7, and you'd be like, right, okay, I know it's coming at this time. But then if you're rooming with someone, you kind of, one person's in the toilet, sat in the toilet for ages, and it was really hard to emotionally regulate yourself, but also regulate the people around you. So now with this openness, at the start of the week, some people are going to be very happy, some people might be a little bit disappointed, but you've got that space to just digest it yourself, so that when it comes to training, when it comes to being back with the team, you can put everything into it. And like you said, Mitch having an emphasis on the role of the pillars and how important they are to the team and to the team that's playing, that's something that I really like that he's done, because it just allows conversations to be had, but also you can really just put everything into the training session without the emotional baggage that have come from whether you're playing or not.
Yeah, 100%. I absolutely agree. I think it's fantastic. Like we say, I feel like we sing his bloody praises every podcast. God, I need to stop. People might think that, we're saying too many nice things. But obviously we won.
Yes.
But
few disallowed tries.
Yeah, few disallowed tries, and only 5 points in the second half were scored. So maybe talk me through, the disallowed tries, the TMO coming in. Like, it was very bitty here in their game.
Yeah, and I think it's very important, we've said it before, to take every game as it comes and to learn as much as we can do from these games. So the fact that, obviously, I'm not going to say all the learnings on this pod in case we've got any Welsh listeners, but, the TMO did make it a little bit bitty, and, we really challenge ourselves on how do we bring the tempo back up, or how do we keep the tempo and the momentum after a bit of a stoppage. And that's something that I think we definitely learned this weekend. Yeah, there was a few disallowed tries, but there was a few disallowed tries, but I think what's really exciting is that we got there. We got to the try line, and it might be a little bit tweak of execution, and that'd be a try on another day, and we'd be 50 points in at the end of the game. But, for a first game of a Six Nations, being with the team in and out, because obviously the Prem finals, not the whole team wasn't there the whole time, 2 and a bit weeks, I don't think it's bad going. I think there's plenty of learnings from it, and at the end of the day, we've got the win, and we just need to now focus on the next game. How can we get better from the Italy game and carry on with this campaign?
Yeah, I actually think it's credit to Italy as well. Like, they really came out in that second half, and I think we've shouted about it and we've spoken about it, how teams are closing that gap and it's getting better and it's more competitive. And I think you can see from that game, and I think if I was Italy and the coaching staff and the players, I'd be buzzing, like coming away with, the scoreline, yes, doesn't, I think, reflect it. Like, if you came away with 33-5, you'd think, okay, like, bit of a, like, battering. But actually, if you went away with, okay, well, actually, the second half was only 5-0. Like, that's
and
amazing.
If you reflect on previous scores, I saw somewhere that, I don't quote me on this, but it was like the past 5 times we've played against Italy, and it was pretty much all nils. There was a couple of 3s and there was a couple of 5s. And that's huge for...
and we'd scored more points than 33.
We scored loads more points. So for a team like Italy, and for us to reflect on teams like Italy, we need to now recreate that gap, because there was things that we didn't get quite right. But at the end of the day, we had people coming back from injuries, people that haven't been in the squad for a little while, like Mia Venner. But it was a good game to start with because we've got a lot from it. I wouldn't have wanted that game to go any different because it's happened for a reason. I just hope that, you know, we keep on growing and growing from game to game.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously it's easy to focus on the attack and how many points were scored. Like we said, couple of disallowed tries, but look on the other side of it, the defence. Obviously it's something that we've been really working on in camp as well, with Catty coming in and really driving that area. But it was only 11 missed tackles compared to Italy's 55, was it 55? Which is incredible. Because, you know, 11 missed tackles in a whole game of rugby, especially in the comparison of...
Were they all yours?
I don't think I was on the pitch long enough to miss any. Thank God.
But haters gonna hate.
Who's gonna hate? But yeah, I think, you know, it's been something that we've been really working on, and we value as a team. And to start off a campaign only missing that, I think the only thing now is that we know what the coach is going to say. That's the standard now. So we're going to have to stay under the 11, which is
it's
pretty low. It's pretty low. Better wear my shoulder pads.
Bloody hell, better wear them. But no, I agree. I think you could just see that like doggedness about us. I think obviously everyone was really raring to go. Like, it's the first game of the campaign. Like, you know, everyone wants to play well. But I just think that you could just see that like grit and like that like I really want to get off the line. I really want to hit someone. I want to make an impact for the team and for my mates that are on the team. Like, I want to make the next position that my mate has to tackle a better position because I've dominated my tackle, which I think is really good. And again, that's around our like culture, our ethos, that we're doing it for each other. We're doing it for the wider squad. And I think we get excited about it now. I think maybe you can even tell from how I'm speaking, like we're excited to defend because it gives us that opportunity to attack. I think that's all we're going to say because we don't want to give any more.
No, we don't. I have had like a mindset shift with defense, and it's kind of making the defense into an attack. So obviously when you've got the ball, you're moving forward all the time. If you can make dominant tackles, you can essentially move the team backwards and move our team forwards as if we've got the ball, and then the ball gets spilled at some point. But making that defense into an attack, you can see that in everybody, that there is that dog, there is that, you know, I want to get off the line and make that dominant tackle. So
I think it's exciting, and we want, like you say, we want to be that attacking team, but I think also we want to be that team that people fear to play against.
100%.
Which I think's maybe where we're heading.